Have you ever wondered, if God really exists, why can't we see him? Why doesn't he simply appear in the sky and remove all doubt? For thousands of years, this question has challenged philosophers, scientists, and spiritual seekers alike. Some people say if I can't see God, I won't believe. Others argue that many of the most powerful things in the universe are invisible. So, is God's hiddenness evidence against his existence? Or is there something deeper going on? Today, we will explore this mystery through science, philosophy, neuroscience, and ancient spiritual wisdom. And by the end, you may look at reality in completely different way. Let's start with surprising scientific fact. Most people trust their eyes. We assume that what we see is reality. But science tells a very different story. Human eyes can detect only a tiny portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. Visible light, the colors we see, represents only a small fraction of all the energy waves around us. Radio waves, infrared radiation, ultraviolet light, X-rays, gamma rays, they are all real yet completely invisible to us. Right now, your room is filled with signals from Wi Fi networks, mobile phones, radio, broadcast, and satellites. You can't see any of them, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. In fact, scientists estimate that ordinary matter, the stars, planets, and galaxies we can see, makes up only about 5% of the universe. We know they are because of their effects, yet no one has directly seen them. If our senses are so limited, could there be aspects of reality that exist beyond what our eyes can perceive? Think about gravity. You have never seen gravity itself. You have only seen what gravity does. When an apple falls from a tree, you have observing gravity effect. The force itself remains invisible. The same is true for electricity. You can't see electricity flowing through a wire. You see the light bulb glow because of its effect. Even air is invisible. Yet nobody doubts its existence because we feel it when the window blows. Many philosophers argue that God might be similar, not visible directly, but potentiality known through effects. The existence of physical laws, the fine balance of the universe, the emergence of consciousness, the sense of meaning, beauty, morality, and wonder that humans experience. Whether one agrees or disagrees, the idea is intriguing. Perhaps not everything real must be visible. Now let's consider something even strange. Your own consciousness. Science can study the brain. It can measure electrical signals. It can map neurons. But one mystery remains unsolved. How does physical matter create subjective experience? Why does a collection of atoms become aware? Why do you experience thoughts, emotions, memories, and self awareness? This puzzle is known as the hard problem of consciousness. Some scientists believe consciousness may be one of the deepest mysteries in existence. And many spiritual traditions have pointed to consciousness as the key to understanding reality itself. Could the search for God be connected to understanding consciousness? Could the answer be found not by looking outward into space but inward in the mind? Modern neuroscience has begun exploring what happens inside the brain during meditation. Brain scans show that specific regions become highly active during deep spiritual experiences. Researchers have observed unusual activity in areas associated with awareness, attention, and self perception. Many people report feelings of profound peace, unity, and connection. Some describe experiences as a reality that feels more real than ordinary life. Of course, scientists debate how these experiences should be interpreted. Are they purely brain generated? Or do they reveal something deeper? The answer remains uncertain. But what is the clear is that human consciousness has capacities we are only beginning to understand. And throughout the history, meditation has been one of the most common paths people use to explore those capacities. Now we arrive at one of the most fascinating philosophical ideas. Why could God remain hidden? One explanation involves free will. Imagine that tomorrow a giant supernatural figure appeared in the sky above every city on earth. There would be no doubt, no debate, no uncertainty. Everyone would immediately know. But would that leave room for genuine faith? For personal discovery? For freely choosing what to believe? Some philosophers argue that certainty can create compulsion. People might obey out of fear rather than love, out of the pressure rather than understanding. In this view, hiddenness preserves human freedom. It allows people to seek truth voluntarily rather than being forced into belief. Whether you agree or not, it presents an interesting perspective on why divine hiddenness might exist. Long before modern science, spiritual teachers offered a different answer. Many taught that God is not hidden somewhere far away. Instead, the problem is that our attention is focused outward. In the teachings of Krishna, enlightenment comes through realizing one deeper nature. The Buddha encouraged people to look within and awaken to reality directly. The poet Kabir famously suggested that people search everywhere for the divine while overlooking what is already present inside themselves. Despite their differences, many traditions share a common message. The obstacle is not distance, the obstacle is perception. The divine is not absent, the divine is hidden behind ignorance, distraction, and misunderstanding.